July 4th of July edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega on location, waiting for the boss Chris Blackheart to connect. I don't know if you guys can hear me. The comments are enabled, so if you can hear me, leave me a shout. But happy 4th to everybody that is tuning in this week. We still wanted to bring up some content here live from our YouTube channel. To all the people that follow us, to all the fans, waiting for somebody to let me know if they can hear me. While we wait for that to happen, we're here on location. Like I said, waiting for Chris Blackheart, the boss, to connect. Just give me a shout, leave me a comment, leave me a like if you can hear me. What's everybody doing this 4th? Let me know if do you hear me? Who's watching? Let me know again if you can hear the sound. Waiting here for Chris Blackheart to connect, to join in. See if there's anybody on the chat that could let me know if they can hear me. Do we have sound? Dan, are you on watching? Can you hear me? All right, Aiden, you hear me? You hear me good? Give me a thumbs up. So Chris Blackheart, if you're watching, I send you the invite link. If you want to press that invitation link now and join me here. What's going on, Franklin? Do you hear me? I'm trying to find out if you can hear me. Okay, loud and clear. All right, thank you, Aiden Cairo. Not much coming to you on location. You can hear the fireworks too. Yep, I tried to stay away from the fireworks, but can't help it. Wanted to come on and still have a little bit of a showcase pod here. I don't know what's going on with the boss Chris Blackheart, but waiting for him to join here shortly. Let me see if I can find him now here while people are gathering and tuning in here. See if I can find Chris Blackheart here to join in. So, waiting for the boss to get the invite to join in the podcast. But in the meantime, lots of things going on. July 20th, we're back at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena in Woonsocket, 126 Main Street, with a big card of Saturday night's main event. It's going to be a great night, and I think this is the boss coming up now. Let's see. There he is.
Hey, there we are.
The boss, Chris Blackheart, with a tan. I see. You been out in the sun?
I did. I got a 4th of July little burn here, little burn here.
Yeah,
Not even a softball tan yet.
Okay, like I was telling everybody before you joined in that we wanted to at least bring this week's episode on location. People can hear the fireworks in the background. We're in the car, but we still out here for our loyal followers. So, what's been going on in your end? How's your 4th, Christopher?
Well, it was very patriotic. So I'm down the Cape. My sister recently acquired a place down here, and just visiting with some family members, and it was really nice. They had a nice little what is it, golf cart parade throughout the area, and it was
Oh, okay.
very patriotic. It was nice.
All right, so Chris Blacker admitting here live on the air, he's
Yeah.
enjoying family time. Now, is
Yeah,
this
no,
temporary or this is a permanent thing? Because I know, sometimes when the holidays kick in, by the second or third day, you're ready to go back to the norm. So,
yeah, no, that is true. No, well, I'll be in softball mood tomorrow. So kid has a
oh,
tournament up in New Hampshire. So
okay, all right. Softball dad. Okay, before you join in, I was telling everybody that we'll be back in action July 20th in Woonsocket at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena, and a couple of matches already announced. Of course, you were there the last time when Alex Raiden and myself had an issue with Osiris and SPW Heavyweight Champion Rambo, and that match has officially been signed. The SPW Tag Team Championships will be on the line as Alex Raiden and myself will take on Osiris and Rambo for the championships.
yeah, I mean, I'm happy, but that was a very odd relation, to be honest with you, between those two because they have tagged quite a few times in New Age Wrestling for Richard Blake. If I'm not mistaken, did they tag in Powerhouse? Powerhouse Wrestling?
That that I believe they've had some deals
Yeah,
in
so
Powerhouse. I believe.
it's almost like they're almost trying to hide this relationship from the SPW fans, and obviously in Woonsocket, there's something being built there
Well,
between
yeah,
those two.
definitely. There's something being built there. Certainly something up Rambo's sleeves. We've seen him change the last year or so. So, we're ready. We're ready for whatever they're planning to bring, and we'll find out July 20th, as well as an open challenge by the Sons of Liberty champion Danny Cabral, as he will defend the Sons of Liberty Championship, fitting with all the fireworks in the background, July 4th. A couple of weeks from now, he will be defending that belt live in Woonsocket.
Well, I mean, I give Danny credit. He put out there we were going through different matches. We're like, hey, Danny, give us another week, and he literally said, I don't care. I just want to face top talent that I haven't wrestled before. So I mean, that's a
Yeah.
bold statement. So he had a good match with AZ, in Woonsocket. That could have went either way. AZ proved very well that he is a contender, which is phenomenal for him. He did come in short, but AZ has such a small time frame for his career right now that one loss is not going to make or break him. But in
Yeah,
Danny's case, he's getting momentum.
he's a both of these guys are young kids that are still, fairly new in the wrestling game. So, they could only learn and they can only grow from their mistakes. And I believe that, whoever it is that's challenging Daniel uh, coming up the 20th, they better do their homework because Daniel's been doing his homework so far and it's been working to his advantage. And speaking of homework, there's one guy that we've been seeing not doing lots of homework lately, but he's been attending the local bars. I'm wondering what he's doing tonight. That is one educator, Christopher Sprat. Have you seen him the last few days?
I have not seen him on Cape Cod. Um, I haven't been looking for him, but I haven't been looking for him, but I have been trying to find out if I can see him. I know he's not down at Cape Cod. He has been quiet. I have reached out to Mama Sprat. She said her young boy is not the same boy as what he once was. So
Mm.
that being said, it looks like Sprat is found, but he's not the same Sprat of what he was a short time ago.
One person that seems to be sympathetic about all this is the Damian. I mean, surprisingly, he got that shocking victory over Christopher Spratt, but through the grapevine, I hear that he's actually one of the guys that has enrolled into that summer school program.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the summer school is the enrollment part is starting on Monday. Is Monday the 15th, I believe, or is Monday July 15th? Or is
Whenever
that
that
Tuesday the
is,
15th?
yeah,
So,
whenever that is, I've heard Damien is waiting in the wings to be enrolled.
Well, if that's the case, we should ask Damian if he can get some footage for us so we can see literally the education process, the rebounding, from Sprat, coming back into the classroom, get him back on his feet, get him back to where he needs, without, his Harvard credentials.
Yeah, definitely. We'll find out what happens coming up July 20th. Another match that is set for that date is the U2 World Championship will be on the line as the Diabolical Revan will take on Jay Evans.
I do like that one. I am glad that we were able to sign that one so quick. Jay Evans, he's definitely jaded over that loss that literally came out of nowhere. He thought he was getting literally the win, the victory in his first title, and Brother Moon Revan did jump in there, took it by surprise, and I don't know. I mean, I know Jay wanted it. We gave it to him maybe quicker than we should. And I said, Jay, we are revamping some of the rules regarding the YouTube title because literally it's a lot of chaos regarding the 24/7, and it can come out of anywhere. So we're trying to, I don't want to say make it easier for the champion, but just bring some literally law and order back to the title and not being so crazy.
Yeah, not being all over the place, have some structure. Uh, but speaking of crazy and structure, I mean, he's got his hands full, man. I take it from a guy that's dealt with Revan, how he's going by nowadays. His version, his former version of the Diabolical Scotlander. I dealt a lot with that version, and his doll Annabelle back in the COVID days when we were doing the tapings, and we did some
Mm-hmm.
crazy stuff. And Jay Evans, if Revan attacked him and he got the best of him, he's been doing his homework on him. So I would be very concerned on what Revan has in store for him come July 20th.
Yeah, so I mean, we do have some time. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to sit down with Jay, give him some backstory that I know about Robin, and literally get him focused. The fact that he wants to win is great. The fact that he wants to be a champion is great. But just going in there emotional is not the right way to attempt to win his first title.
Yeah, definitely not. You got to stay focused. You got to do your homework on your opponent, and hopefully everything works well. And the fans take a big part on the enthusiasm and giving you that drive to get the job done. So hopefully, he has a house supporting him come July 20th in Woonsocket. Going to oh, that's Frank. Frank says he'll be there on the 20th. Frank
I'm
Butcher.
not buying it. Frank's this will probably like the fourth show that Frank says he's going to be. Yes, Frank is on injured reserve. Everybody loves Frank, but you just got to be there, Frank. You're part of the team. You're part of the family, Frank.
Yeah, indeed. We'll definitely see you on the 20th, Franklin. Speaking of other wrestling shows, have you been caught up with WWE lately?
I did. Part of the homework that we had this week for at the Showcase Wrestling Training Center was to watch the full version of Monday Night Raw and watch it for a study purpose. Obviously, for a couple of reasons. One, because it was in Boston. Two, as we know, one of our coaches, Coach Ken, does a lot of work with, the company down in Connecticut. So we're looking for, anything that that he could have had his hands in, and also
Mm-hmm.
see some local talent to see if there's any local guys that were on the show in any capacity. So I did watch it, and I almost thought I saw Jay Hollywood there. To be honest with you, at the beginning on the Usos coming out at the beginning, but
Yeah, Jay
it's not too
Hollywood is
many
down in
330
Ohio.
pound guys that jump out of cameras. So
Yeah, I guess he's got a twin somewhere in Boston.
yeah, well,
So I let him know we have to stay on the lookout for his twin next time we're in Beantown. But yeah, definitely, a lot of interesting stuff happening in the WWE, from the whole White Six and Chad Gable to Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, all those matches that we will see this Saturday at Money in the Bank. Have you been staying up to date with the upcoming matches that are signed for Money in the Bank this Saturday?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're going to ask me to recall every single one, I will probably get a Sprat F on that one.
Yeah,
But the fact that I will be watching it, the Braun Breaker match, I mean, and that's a big breakout match for him.
yeah.
So we
What do you think
understand.
about that match? Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker.
The thing I like about it is the fact that they're actually building a talent. It looks like they're building Breaker. He has a great family history between his dad and his uncle. They're trying to make him into something, and I think that's important. The company's behind him. Sammy's in a hard place right now. The fact that the WWE likes to give an opportunity to Braun Breaker, Damon's a champion, and is he being sacrificed? I don't know. I mean, if I was Sammy, I would fight as much as I can, and hey, go for the count out win. You know, 'Cause guess
Oh,
what?
he wants. Here we go. He wants to take the cheap way
Sammy
out.
just roll out, take the count out, you get the title, and you get Breaker his first loss. Right? That's huge right there.
So you're telling Sammy to get the money, get the
Yep,
titles, and get out of there. I remember
yep,
somebody doing that prior years prior, and
absolutely. Some
even though
someday,
even though we might have came
someday,
in second.
yep. And some days the momentum's literally not in your favor. You got to change it, and some days, you gotta take that little L.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, I think Braun Breaker, he's definitely gonna break out, and it'll be a big surprise if he becomes the Intercontinental Champion this Saturday at Money in the Bank. I think, in my opinion, he reminds me a lot more of early Scotty
Yep,
in the way he cuts his promos. Some of his charisma is more charismatic than his dad at times, because Rick was more the hard hitting guy, and then
yep,
later down the line in his career, when he started doing more of the dog gremlin deal in WCW towards the end, he got a little
yep.
charisma going, but definitely Scotty, more of the Scotty in him, and I think that's what they're gonna go for. And I think if he keeps going, and if the ball keeps on his court, he's gonna be a big star, man. He's gonna be in a few years one of the main players there.
Yeah, no, and, I like that. I mean, the kid's earning it. He's earning it and he's learning it. Is probably two of the big things I like about it.
Yep, definitely there. Another match is gonna be Jay Uso is in the Money in the Bank matchup. And I believe McIntyre just qualified to be in one of those spots. What do you think about that whole matchup there? Do you think Jey Uso wins that Money in the Bank come Saturday?
I'm probably not going to watch it. I'm not a
Yeah,
big fan of
you're not
ladders.
a big
I'm
fan of the
I'm
ladder
not a
match,
big
but
fan of ladders. I cringe when I see it because the guys are going to come out there worse for wear. And I understand the sacrifice because you want to get it. But I mean, I think they said the odds are 80% if you win
yeah,
Money in the Bank to
hmm
cash in and to be, world champion. Where on the
yeah.
women's side, I think they said it's 100%. So I mean, those are pretty good odds. So for that, as a competitor, yes, I would go in there for it. For me,
Yeah.
watching it, I cringe. I don't want anyone to get hurt on it. I'll maybe watch some highlights from it, but I probably won't watch the whole match.
It's just interesting that, and I brought up McIntyre and Jay because those are the two biggest guys right now that they have future angles building up to, with McIntyre and CM Punk, and Jay Uso still with the story with the bloodline, or whatever. To see how they gonna go about it and who's gonna come out on top is gonna be an interesting one. So
Yeah, no, I think that the storytelling I think is really well there. The feud that's going on between the three is good. I like it.
hmm yeah, definitely. It's gonna be an interesting one there. The World Championship will be on the line as Damian Priest will defend the title against Seth Rollins. What do you think about that matchup there?
Well, I know you're biased on that one. You're going to be showing your Puerto Rican flavor on that one. But no, yeah, I like this. Damon, I think it's his time right now. It's his time. I think he will. I think he'll outshine Seth's just coming back right now. You know, free.
Yeah,
You know, he has time. He's time. He's building. He's building something there.
I gotta. I would hate to be biased, but he's Puerto Rican. He's from Vega Baja. He's the world champion. First Puerto Rican world champion since Pedro Morales. Who's that again? For some of the younger viewers, go to the network and find out who that
But
is.
did you see
Uh,
what I posted on the training page of today? Match
no,
between Pedro Morales and Don Morocco. So anyone who wants
no,
a classic
that must have been a
match,
good one.
yes.
That must have been a fight. Those guys, and even we were talking about it earlier in the week. Guys like Tito, all their stuff looked legit and it looked like a fight. Which is something that is missing nowadays. And not in every case, but in some cases, majority of cases, that element of the fight is missing. And it's great to see that when you do get to see it with the younger generation nowadays. But I think Priest comes out on top. Come Saturday, he regains the title, and I think there's a lot of ways they could go about that, man. This is like you said, he's just getting started, and hopefully they continue that because anything can happen. You just don't know. But
Yep.
I'm
All
hoping that he
true.
keeps the title, and I'm hoping that all those other stories that could come about with him having that belt, we'll get to see that because I think it will make for interesting content there. There was, I believe, there's a tag team match with Cody Rhodes and the Bloodline. I'm not sure who all the participants on that one were, but I believe any members of the Bloodline could take on Cody and his partners. If I'm not mistaken, it could be Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah.
So,
Then
Danny, if
I
you could
think
see it, correct me.
CM Punk has something sprinkled in there too. So
Is CM Punk the special guest referee or?
I'm not sure. I mean, I caught some of SmackDown on Friday. It was great to see Jacob Fatu on there, clearly getting highlighted on that show, breaking out as a single star in WWE. So, you know, literally kind of like with Braun Breaker, and go with Jacob Fatu. A lot of fresh new talent, actually new talent to the audience, but not new talent to people in the industry.
So that's an interesting point you came up with there. Now that we're talking about new talent coming in and new talent that is new to the WWE audience, but not so new to the professional wrestling fans that watch all the product. Jacob, I think he's gonna outshine everybody on that group. That's just my personal opinion. I always liked the guy when I seen him. We talked about it in the past. I know we've had conversations about bringing Jacob in the past when he was available. You talked to him on the phone. I talked to him on the
Yeah.
phone. I always liked him as a talent. I think he just has the potential to outshine everybody in that group, including Solo. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, his just a different intensity,
Yeah.
a different intensity for the group. He's hungry. Anyway, look up his backstory. I mean, he was, I don't know what the right word is, blackballed, but he was he was not going to WWE anytime soon.
hmm
Even though he had the talent and his name was supposed to be thrown away, he had stuff in his past that I don't want to say it was past management, but past WWE would not bring him in. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
commend the the current regime. Looking through somebody's past, trying to find out any issues that they can do to help and redeem. And guess what? Just because you made an error in the past does not mean that should define you. And I
yeah,
think I think that's a huge credit to WWE. Um, it could be a redemption story. And the thing that I always thought was, you know, uh, about the whole story is, you know, he did something when he was young. I think he was 18 when he did something. He paid his price, paid price to society, but he's not the first one that stuff like that has happened to.
yeah. There's been a list of
So
guys, in the past
yeah,
that have made mistakes and honored those mistakes, and they have become legends when it comes to WWE and wrestling. So, hopefully it goes the same way for Jacob. And, I'm interested to see what's going to happen when Roman comes back after we saw what we saw with Paul Heyman. I mean, the product is at its peak right now, man. It's like, it's been a long time coming for this.
yeah, no,
It's
it's
been a
good.
long time coming.
I think the fact that they have some good things going on literally two TV shows, two brands. Just watching on Monday night, with Uso coming out, the response that he got from the fans, it's stepping up. And the good part about that, usually it trickles down. It
Yeah,
trickles down to the indies, and you do start hearing buzz, and people are watching. People are coming to shows. And and again, that's a positive for everybody. So,
yeah, it's
that
great.
being
It's a
said,
great time for wrestling. Yep.
and people forget that too. Is a lot of, I mean, there's two types of talent that you see in WWE. One, you have the homegrown talent. They typically, they literally make it from the ground up. Or you have the indie guy talent, the guy that worked in the indies, scratch and claw, did the sacrifice, went to the WWE, and now they're on the big stage, and
Yep.
that's where the indies flourish. So, you know, how many times we tell people the same people you're seeing in Woonsocket or Taunton or Franklin, the same people, that you will see, or could see that individual on the WWE program.
Yeah.
And if you look at, look at Dijak. Dijak is back in the Indies after 7 years. We used to see Dijak for us in Taunton and Attleboro.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you used to see them all around New England, including Showcase. You just never know. I mean, wrestling changes every day, literally every day. What was not good yesterday is great tomorrow. So you just never know who's gonna get that call, who's gonna get an opportunity to be on the program, who's gonna get a contract. You just never know. You know,
Yeah,
so definitely interesting once again in the world of pro wrestling. It's exciting because ultimately, whether you're in the business or not, you are still a fan. You have to be a fan of this to be in it. It's just different levels, just different gears of the way that you're a fan of the business while you're in it. But ultimately, we're all fans of the business. Speaking of fans, I want to go into some plugs again. July 20th, we're back at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Like you heard, the tag team championships will be on the line as myself and Alex Raiden will defend the SPW tag team titles against Rambo Godfrey, the Showcase Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, and Osiris, as well as the Sons of Liberty champion Danny Cabral will be in action. The U2 World title will be defended as Brother Moon Revan takes on Jay Evans, number one contender for the U2 championship there. Get your tickets, showcaseprowrestling.com, and follow us at SP Wrestling on all our social media. Then, just announce, I don't know if you saw the flyer or not. October 12th, we are back. Powerhouse Wrestling New England is back at the Sturbridge Host Hotel Center in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. A couple of big matches already have been signed as the return of Mr. Kennedy Ken Anderson returns to Powerhouse Wrestling to battle Chris Masters in a big main event matchup, as well as a guy that we haven't seen in New England, at least since his run in TNA. The Cowboy James Storm returns to the New England area in a matchup where he would take on the winner of the Battle Royal to become the new Powerhouse Wrestling heavyweight champion, as well as James Ellsworth will be in the house defending the intergender title against Evie Della Rosa. So you could go to Powerhouse Wrestling Any on all the social media outlets. Tickets are on sale now at Eventbrite. All the links are at the Powerhouse Wrestling Instagram and Facebook, and we'll have those next week on here as well. A lot of great stuff happening, a lot of great stuff coming. I know we're going back to Franklin coming up in a couple of weeks in August, right? August 17th, we're back in Franklin, Mass.
August 17th, and that link is live too. Even though the matches are being put together and announced, even Franklin is a nice venue for us. It is a summer show, and as always, I mean that show is always packed
Yes,
in Franklin.
always a
So get your
sellout.
tickets early.
Always a
That's one of my
sellout in
favorite
Franklin.
venues because cell phones do not work in there.
Yeah, you could relax, enjoy the show, spend some family time, spend some time with your friends. They got great food, AC. If it's hot out, air conditioning. And we're gonna have a great card there, like we always do. I mean, it's always a great time. A lot of surprises happen in Franklin, so don't miss out. ShowcaseProWrestling.com. Get your tickets before they're gone for Franklin on August 17th. We're also, I'm thinking, let's see, because I don't got my notes this week. August 16th is a Friday night, right?
That's correct.
17th, August 16th, we are back in Medford, Massachusetts for Royal Crown Wrestling. Big event there where also be a Royal Rumble style matchup to determine the number one contender for the new RCW heavyweight championship. There's a lot of matches that are going to be signed for that event. So you want to go to RoyalCrownWrestling.com for all the info. Royal Crown Wrestling on all social media outlets for that. Tickets are on sale already for the American Legion Hall Post 45 in Medford, Massachusetts for that event on August 16th. So, Chris Black, are you blowing any fireworks in a little bit there, or?
No fireworks. Didn't buy them. Didn't light 'em. Actually, I didn't even hear them. Ironically, you know, I guess up in Mass, they're illegal in Massachusetts, and people actually abide by the law. It's not like Providence, where I know they're
Well,
going bananas right now.
well, you can hear it in the background, right?
Well, I was hoping those was fireworks. People never know when they hear stuff from Providence, and they're always wrong to say the least.
Yeah. There are not gunshots, people. They're fireworks.
Good.
At least for at least for now. At least for now, it's just fireworks. But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff heading into the next couple of weeks. A lot of stuff on hand that we're gonna be announcing in upcoming weeks, and hopefully next week we'll be back in the studio.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize this is a bonus that we were going to put together just to be literally consistent for the fans. And obviously, we did come a few minutes late due to technical issues. We were trying some new technology for us putting together. But
Yes,
just the fact that, us as a team, so Danny, we do thank you for, being in the studio. And yes, we are going to, Bionic Beast will be in action coming up in about 2 weeks, Danny.
yes, they
I
are.
know
Yeah.
you're clawing for those championships. And we will announce some matches with that. So, on behalf of the whole Showcase Wrestling staff of the pod, between John Vega, Dan Bernardi, and myself, thank you for listening to us. Thank you for filling in on 4th of July. The idea is we're literally giving you bonuses because we try to be consistent for our fans and never missing literally a Thursday night at 9 o'clock.
Yep. Yeah, that definitely has become a tradition for us. So we definitely are.
Oh, speaking of tradition, we forgot a plug. Where is Joe Davis?
I was
July
getting to that.
14th, that Sunday. That
Is
Sunday,
that
Joe
the
Davis will be in our neck of the woods. So go and see the real deal of fitness for all his updated information. And let's get people from the pod there. Let's all celebrate and show
Comedy
support for the real
Connection in
deal.
East Providence, right? That's the Comedy Connection in East Providence. That is coming
Yeah.
up July 14th. So go check out our boy, the real deal Joe Davis there. Greetings to our ring announcer, Frank. He's down in Florida. He's in the comment section there. Have fun, get a tan, real tan, not like Chris Blackheart's. Chris
Well,
Blackheart,
no, I don't have a 10. I get a burn.
yeah, you're burnt. The rest of your body is white as a ghost, and your face is red, nice and red, toasty red. But yeah, that's all we got for this week. I mean, you have anything else you want to get out, or
Like a toaster. So you wake up from your third nap today. Yes, I gave you a compliment, Mr. Hollywood. Awesome job.
he's actually getting set to go to Long Island for some football camps coming up. So he'll be out for a couple of days again. He just got back from Ohio. They took a victory here for Rhode Island. Came in first national in the spring league, I believe, for football. So a lot of stuff happening all the way around for Showcase, the staff, and everyone else. But for now, that's all we got for tonight. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Have a blessed, safe 4th of July. And we'll come back here next week, hopefully in the 1776 studios with our buddy Dan Redondi. But for now, for the boss, Chris Blackheart, and for Don Vega, we'll catch you down the road next week in the Showcase Pod.